This is Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. We are in San Diego County today, and we are joined by Senator Toni Atkins. She represents significant portions of this beautiful county, and you are now a senator.
I am.
You had been Speaker of the Assembly. You've moved into the upper house. How is it, Madam Senator?
Well, I would say it's calmer for me,
Yes.
less chaotic. There are fewer colleagues,
Right.
so it makes it a little more up close and personal. But you still got to get your legislation through the
Right.
Assembly, too. So,
But aside from the fact that you are not the Speaker in the Senate, I do want to dig deep into that issue of there are fewer colleagues. 80 is a big number. 40 is smaller. And so do you feel as if you have that opportunity to get to know your Democratic colleagues, your Republican colleagues, and really kind of dig deep into the important issues of our state?
well, absolutely. I think you get more real time when you have to divide that time up among 79 other colleagues,
Right.
and then when you get over to the Senate. So, I'm enjoying this. This is like low key for
Oh, that's
me
great.
in some respects. Although I haven't been on committees for 3 years, so now I'm on 5 committees.
Right, of course. Let's talk about an issue that you have been incredibly passionate about, and that's the question of housing. There's so many layers of this, but I want to dig deep on the question of affordable housing. Quick anecdote, my parents are downsizing. They live in a suburb of Los Angeles, new condominium complex, about 50 units. 4 to 6 are designated affordable. There were over 400 qualified applicants
Right.
for 4 to 6
I mean,
units.
that's the crisis California is facing right now. It used to be we just had to find resources for low-income subsidized housing, which I think is what you're talking
Right.
about.
Yes, I am.
But right now what we're dealing with is a crisis of housing affordability and affordable housing. So
Right.
middle-class Californians cannot find rentals or home ownership opportunities. This is a big crisis.
And you know that in California, our average home price is way above the
Right.
national average, 2.5 times above. And if you think about coastal counties, it's even more dramatic.
Right.
Can we talk about, though, a bill that I think you're bringing back?
Right.
It deals with affordable housing. I will admit, I thought a couple of years ago when your recording fee bill had been proposed, I think the realtors supported it. I think that was...
They do support it,
But
and they still support
Right.
it.
And so I thought, oh, this is going to go. I mean, you got the realtors behind this. It's a done
Well,
deal.
we almost have everybody behind us on this. It's SB 2, and the Senate Pro Tem, Kevin De Leon, has made it part of our infrastructure package. It's a 2/3 vote bill because it is a fee.
Right.
And so I think it's always a struggle to get a 2/3 vote. I'm optimistic, but it's going to take work. And, the issue is this will be hundreds of millions of dollars towards units like you talked about in your parents' condo development complex, so that we can actually help vulnerable, low-income Californians have a place to live. So upwards of $200 million to $300 million annually every year.
Is it a $75 fee per document? That's what I remember
For
from last
certain
time.
documents,
Okay.
yes. So we have the building industry, labor, business, the Chamber of Commerce, certainly the realtors, the apartment association. I think more and more everyone realizes if we don't put some resources towards this, we're going to really price regular Californians who were born here out of the ability to live here. And that's just wrong.
I want to dig into the politics of it. You said it needs a 2/3 vote.
Right.
Well, the Democrats did well in 2016, at least in California.
Right.
And on the Senate side, you have a 2/3 supermajority in there for the Democrats, same as on the Assembly.
Right.
I know we're not all monolithic,
We're
whether
not.
Democrat or Republican, but you're feeling as if you can get all your Democrats, maybe a Republican or two?
Well, I'm really optimistic. I would love to have Republicans because this should be bipartisan legislation. This is an issue that's affecting every single Assembly district and Senate district. And so I would hope that people understand this is a way to get resources for housing. So I'm optimistic, but it's a long way to June.
Sure. Let's presume success. The governor signs. Where does the $200 million go? How do we know how it's spent?
Yes. 50% of that money is going to go back to local jurisdictions. So the city of San Diego, every city, every county will get 50% of what we get annually so that we can have local decisions about how to build affordable housing for seniors, for veterans, for people with mental health issues.
Homeless?
Homeless.
Okay.
Permanent supportive housing. A lot of that really goes to help the homeless and the chronic homeless. We have a great partnership here in San Diego County with the county and the city and the other cities. So 50% to local jurisdictions. The other 50% would stay with the state for existing programs, multifamily housing, farm workers housing. 20% will go towards home ownership, which may be more palatable in rural areas.
Interesting.
So we're trying to do a lot of different things with this and to spread the money so that every community can help, which should help us with our legislators, the Republicans and the Democrats. You get to take something home to your constituents.
I live in a nice neighborhood. We have some friends with nice kids. One of those nice kids, 17 years old, got in a fight with her mom and ran away. I may start crying because you know where I'm going. Before we knew it, she was missing, and we found out that she got caught up in human trafficking. And she's a nice girl.
Most kids are good kids, but they become victims and fall prey to people who have not so nice motives. And we found out in San Diego County, thanks to USD and Point Loma Nazarene, that human trafficking impacts about 11,000 people in our county. Astounding. Who knew that? And
I think so many of Californians believe that human traffic victims are coming from Mexico or Thailand or
middle-class kids. Kids right in our middle schools. You know, they're targeted. Any kid that has difficulty in their lives, and you know how hard it is to be a kid. You remember those days.
Yes.
You know,
and my high school friends here in studio. Your staffer.
So these are kids that can be ripe. Clearly, foster kids, kids from disadvantaged families, hard situations, but middle-class kids too. So this has fast become, human trafficking has fast become a huge crisis in California, all over the world.
And let's talk about your proposed solution. Seems inspired to me, but I'm just one person. Talk to us about, you have a number, SB 270?
I have 3 bills.
Let's talk about the training bill if we can, because I think that's the one that I may actually get some results. I'm just one person.
Right, SB 270. And I have the support of the hotel and lodging industry. In fact, they've really taken a lead in terms of finding best practices training for their staffs in their hotels. That's everyone, to identify everyone in their hotel to benefit from training to notice victims or activity that looks a little suspicious. And you know, this is happening in all kinds of hotels, upscale, mid-level, you know, it's happening. And for the employees to be able to see the signs, much like the Uber driver did, and you saw him highlighted, and he reported it, or Alaska Airlines, you saw the airline flight attendant who put in a call. We want society to be more educated. And so this bill is with the hotel and lodging industry to mandate training for all employees in hotels to notice the signs.
And I'm glad it's all employees. I mean, I would presume from the waitress to the maid to the front door
desk,
staff. I mean, they're all going to see it. It's not just management that sees it. It's people on the front lines.
Well, the people on the front lines are probably going to see it more than management. And that's why I think I want to commend the hotel and lodging industry, because they have really taken a step ahead to say, we don't want this. This is not our brand.
Of course.
This is not our brand.
Her name is Toni Atkins. She is a member of the California State Senate representing significant portions of San Diego County, where we are today. My name is Pomerance. I'm so glad you're with us on Local Edition.